Have you noticed how all storage websites look very similar? They operate almost the same way. They might have different images and different colors and different prices, obviously, but as a whole, about 95% of them are exactly the same. Today, I'm going to show you how we are doing something very different in my own business, how our storage business is able to actually talk to people while they're on our website with AI and with human interactions. I'm going to reveal all this to you today. And if you stick around, you enjoy this, you want to try this, I'll give you the whole flow path that I'm going to show you today if you want to use it in your own business. That's up to you. I know right now that when I show some of you this, you're going to be like, Brennan, this is crazy. You see, 95, 99% of storage businesses use a totally different system. And Brennan, yours is really different. Yeah, it is. See, here's something you have to realize. The majority of the websites that you go to, whether it's your competitions or you're just searching markets or whatever, you're going to notice the trend that they're very similar. Well, that's because usually marketers, operators, for storage, what they do is they get software from the management companies. Now, because we need it, right? Like you have to have that management software in place. And they come as a bonus with free website templates and free websites and blah, blah, blah. So most people go off and they use that. So let me ask you, do you think that when that marketing software, whichever one you're using, was built, do you think the designers of that management software said, you know what? Our highest priority as we start this company is sales and conversions from the website. No, that came later, right? They built the management. The website's the bonus. They give that out for free. And the quality of those websites are what you would expect for free. They're not great. They work. Yes, they're a foundation to start on. That's fine. I still use part of it, and I'll show you that today. But my system's a little bit different. And I know some of you are going to be like, this is nuts. This is crazy. So be it. If that's the way you feel, great. I love it because it's been working for us. Now, the first thing that happens when somebody comes to our website, if you watch over here on the screen, you got the website right here, correct? They're on the website, but it's not the traditional website that everybody sees. My website is different. It's what we would call like a squeeze conversion page. Its whole job is to persuade that lead who's on the website, however they came to it, when they're there, it will persuade them that we are their best and safest option for their storage needs. Okay? And we do not, okay, here's the important part. We do not show them prices and availability when they first land on our website. I know, right? Like totally not normal in the industry. Again, this is not normal. What you're going to see today is completely contrarian to what the masses do. But we don't do that. We convince them that we are their safest and best option before they see prices. And then we require something from them. We require a micro commitment. Okay. We want them to say, I'm interested in what you've told me. I'm already interested. Let me see your units and your prices next. So if you've ever studied the foot in the door offers or the foot in the door techniques, it was like in the 60s, Friedman and Fraser, you can go look it up. They created this concept where like, if you can just get somebody to give you micro commitments, the more micro commitments or small ones you can get, the higher the chance of them taking you up and buying your thing is. Well, the first micro commitment that we do in our system that we're going to show you today is simply their name and their cell phone number. We've tested with email. Right now, we're testing with just name and phone number and no email. That's a whole nother discussion. Always be testing. We're currently testing that to see if the conversions go up. But that's what happens. So they're on the website. They say, hey, this is interesting. I want to see what they're charging and what's available. So from there, they move on to looking at our units and our locations. Now, that is when they get to that, okay, they micro commit in. We show them the next page. That is where they're going to see the unit availability, like what you probably already see. We're using one of the major companies out there for storage management, and it's pretty standard, right? We've done a little bit of custom coding, but nothing crazy. So that's what they do. So they opt in. They say, I'm interested. Let me see what's available. They're looking what's available. While they're over here, this is where the magic happens. Okay. So the first thing that happens is when that lead comes into our system, it gets assigned to one employee. They become the contact person for this lead. Okay. I'll show you why that's important in a minute. Then we set a little bit of a timer here. I think it's like 30, 35 seconds. And then we're going to plant a seed in their mind. Now, if you've studied this mirror measurement effect, you're going to understand this. If you haven't, it might be a good thing for you to go look up if you truly care about converting and persuasion into sales. But what this does when you operate on the mirror measurement effect, you are planting a seed in their mind of something that you want them to do. So an example is if I say to you, hey, are you going to have ice cream today? Your chances, whether you were thinking about it or not, your chances go way up that you're going to have ice cream because I planted that in your mind. I put those words into your mind. You thought about them for a split second. And then maybe you're going to be like, yeah, okay, I'm going to go get some ice cream, right? Like that's an easy example. This is a little bit deeper than most marketing systems think about, but we implement the seed planting thought into them while they're on the website. So the first thing we're going to do is delay it. 30 seconds. Then we're going to send them a mirror measure SMS. And that specifically, the language that we send them is, hey, we see you're on the website. Are you looking to rent storage today? Or something similar to that. I don't remember the exact terms that we're using right now. And what we're doing is we're trying to get them to say yes. We're trying to get them to give a little yes, even if it's not with us, to get a yes. Okay. We want to get that conversation going. They're still on this website. They're still looking around. Maybe they're in the booking process on their own. But either way, we want to ask that. We want to plant that because we want to give every lead the maximum opportunity to convert. So here's where it's really interesting. So if they respond, so if they get that SMS, they're on our website. Maybe they're off our website at this point. If they respond to us and say, yes, no, maybe this is whatever I want. When they respond, our AI takes over and carries on that conversation. While they're on their cell phone, it'll start sending SMS messages, and have that conversation and try to close the sale with them. Okay, it's not a pushy AI. We haven't designed it that way, but it tries to keep that momentum going and close that sale. It answers questions, objections, and closes the sale. While that's talking, remember that employee that was tagged with this lead, assigned this lead? Well, we send them another notification that says, hey, just so you know, AI is talking to a prospect. Follow up if you need to, right? And they're able to, on their phone, watch this conversation happen in real time. If it's an appropriate time, they're obviously not going to do it at 3 o'clock in the morning, but if it's 10 o'clock in the morning, they can sit there and watch this conversation. 9 times out of 10, they never have to step in. If they need to, they click a button, turn the AI off, and continue the conversation, and the prospect never even knows that handoff happened. And then they can close the sale. The next thing that happens, so whatever happens in that conversation, if it dies off, 24 hours later, AI is going to follow up with a response from that conversation. So if they were talking, the AI is responding about maybe boat storage, right? They need a 40-foot storage unit for their boat. The AI is going to follow up with them 1 day later and say, hey, any other questions or anything else we can do about your boat storage needs? Like it's going to do that for them. Now, what happens if they don't respond? So remember, we send that SMS. They're on the website 30, 35 seconds later. If they do not respond, we're going to go down the no reply route. Now, I have emails, the lead. That's when we were collecting the emails before. Right now, we're not doing that. But otherwise, if they didn't reply, we'd shoot them an email. And this is what we're still doing. I should just do this. Okay. This is what's cool. So if they do not respond to our mirror measurement effect SMS, right? The seed we're planting, they didn't respond. AI didn't take over. What happens during business hours is that it's going to call our employee that's assigned this lead. They're going to pick up their phone. As soon as they connect to that phone line that comes into them, our system calls that prospect and it connects them, right? So the employee that's assigned that lead is able to have a phone conversation with our prospect while they're on the website or maybe they bounced off already, but we can get that conversation going. Do you see the trend here that we want conversations going? Because the better chance we have to convert, the more conversations we have. If we didn't talk to anybody, your sales conversions would go down. You would only get the people that were absolutely sure they want to rent a unit from you right now. You would never get the people on the fence if you're not having these conversations. Can you imagine walking into, I don't know, a car dealership or anywhere to buy something and nobody talks to you, right? Like if you walked into a Walmart today to buy something, but then you get there, you thought you wanted it, but now you have some questions. Well, you're going to probably walk away or go look somewhere else for the answers to that question, to that thing, depending on how much it costs, right? But if somebody was there, somebody that knew that area of the store, they were able to answer your questions, your chance of buying that thing would significantly go up. If the answer say, oh yeah, it does exactly what you thought it did. Oh, great. Okay, I'm going to buy this today, right? So that is why we're going after conversations so heavily, because we've paid a lot of time, money, energy, effort to get people to our website already through all the mechanisms that we can do that with. Let's give them every opportunity to convert. And conversations is one of those. Okay. So anyways, the employee, they talk on the phone and then automated follow-up a day later, again, responding to them. So that is our system. It's a little different, right? Like it's very different. Most of them are just like, here's the stuff. If you want it, take it or leave it. We go down this whole route. Well, everybody else is giving them the take it or leave it over here, right? The only thing different, right? So this, if you can see over here, this is where all storage businesses operate. They just have the units, prices, whatever, always available. It's right there. We add this in and get conversations through AI or human interactions to increase our conversions. Now, I don't know if this is right for you. This is what we do. We've had great success with it. The employees love it. We love it. Leads seem to love it. Like I said, we've been using it for just over a year now. We've fine-tuned a few things. We've tried some other things. Right now, this is where we're at. If you want a copy of this, I'll just comment below. Check the description. It'll be down there somewhere. And you can implement something like this in your own business, should you choose to do it. So thank you for watching. Something different today. Hopefully you found this valuable, and we will see you in the next video.